Hey there, welcome back to the another part of this AutoCAD series. So in today's lesson, we'll be learning about trim tool, fillet tool and array. So first let's start with trim tool that you can find here in the modify panel of home tab, or you can simply use its command, that is TR, and press enter. So after activating the tool, you can see the mouse cursor here. There is a rectangular box, and if I put my mouse cursor anywhere, the line gets erased. So let's start with that. So here I want to delete some of the lines part. So if I'll click on it, it gets trimmed, and here you can see I got a Mickey Mouse head, and here you can see I have drawn two rectangle overlap. So if I'll click here on this part, it's get trimmed. So if you see here in the trim, you'll find a drop down. So that's extend. To activate the extend tool, you can simply click here, or when you have activated the trim tool, simply press shift on your simply press shift in your keyboard and just take your mouse cursor. So here you can see the line that I have trimmed recently got extended. So click on it and your line is extended. So now I am not pressing shift key and it is being trimmed. So it is being erased. So if I click shift tool, the line gets extended. So that's the use of extend tool. You can extend the line as per your need. And let's delete this for now, and now let's get into the another tool, that is fillet. If you click here in the drop down just beside fillet, you'll find three options, that is fillet, chamfer and blend curve. So let's start with fillet. For that, let's make a rectangle. I'll make a rectangle of length 500 and width 300. So here your rectangle is drawn, and now let's start with the fillet tool. So when I'll click on this fillet, you can see the command line is asking to select the first object, and there are various options on the side of it. So I will click on this radius option because I need to specify the radius of the fillet. Click on it and you can specify the radius as per your need. So I'll be taking 100 for now. Press enter and select this multiple option to create fillet on the multiple sides of this rectangle. So this will be my and now command line is asking to select the first object. So this side will be my first object and this side will be second. So here you can see a fillet is created in this corner side of the rectangle. So you can create fillet on every side, or which side is important to you. So here you can see a rectangle is drawn and it has fillet on all the side. And let's skip this tool for now, and let's make another rectangle because we'll be using chamfer now. And let's make another rectangle of same dimension, length 500 and width 300. So here another rectangle is also drawn, and now let's start the chamfer tool. For that, click on it, and here you can see in the command line it is asking to select the first line, and for chamfer we need to specify the distance. So click on this distance, and it is command line is asking to specify the first chamfer distance. So let's take 50 for now. Press enter, and second chamfer distance is already 50, so let's go with the default value and press enter. And here click on the multiple option to create chamfer on the multiple sides. Create multiple chamfer. Click on the multiple, and here you can see you need to select the first line. So this side will be my first line, second line, another line, another line. So here you can see I have created a chamfer on these two sides of the rectangle. And now let's learn about the angle also. Using angle, we can also create the chamfer. So click here in the chamfer, and it is asking me to specify the chamfer length on the first side. So let's go with 40. Press enter, and now you need to specify the angle. So I have recently used this one, so it's set to 60, and let's go with the default value and press enter. Now you need to select the first line. So this side will be first line, second line, first line and second line. So here you can see I have created chamfer with an angle of 60 degree. Skip this for now, and the third on the option of is blend curve. So for that, let's draw two splines. So here you can see I have drawn two spline lines. So now let's go with the third option, that is blend curve. Click on it, and command line is asking to specify the first object. So this is my first object and this one second one. So now you can see a smooth curve is created that connects two splines. So that's the use of the blend curve. And let's delete this also, because we'll be learning another tool, that is array. So for array, here in the drop down you will find three options, that is rectangular array, path array and polar arrays. So first let's start with rectangular array. So for that we need to draw a rectangle. Click on the rectangle and let's make a rectangle of dimension 20 and 15. Press enter. So it's a small rectangle. So here I have drawn a rectangle. So for now, let's draw a circle at one end of this rectangle. So here I have drawn a rectangle. So here I have drawn a circle. Now I want circle on all the other corners of this rectangle. So for that, I can simply use copy tool and copy this circle on all other corners. But for now, I'll be using array tool. So click on this arrow and click on this rectangular array. And the command line is asking to select the object that needs to be added. So I'll click on this circle and press enter. And now here you can see a multiple circles are drawn. And here in the command line, the first option here is associative. Click on it, and currently it is set to yes, which means there will be association between the original circle and the array circle. If I click on this no option, then there will be no association between these circles. So I'll go with yes for now. And here you can see the count option here. So click on the count option. Enter the number of columns. So number of column will be 2. And the number of rows will also be 2. Because here you can see 1, 2. So 2 circles will be needed in the columns and 2 in the rows. And now we need to decide the spacing between them. So let's go click on this spacing. So now we need to specify the distance between the columns. Between this column we need to specify the distance. So the length is 20. So command line is asking to specify the distance. Type 20 and press enter, because the length of this rectangle is 20. And now we need to specify the distance between the row. Let's take it 15, because the width of this rectangle is 15. And here you can see a rectangle array is drawn. So if you are done with this, simply click here in the closed array and you are done. So next on this option is path array. So for that, let's make a spline. I just created a spline out here, and now let's make a circle at one end of this spline. So now let's start this path array tool. Click on it, and the command line is asking to select objects. So I'll click on this circle and press enter. Now I need to select the path curve. So I'll click on this spline. So here you can see these circles are in this spline line. Now you can see the circle is added in the spline, and now you can see in the command line there are various options. So now let's go with this item option here. Click on it. And now we need to specify the distance between the items. So now currently the distance is 10. So it has the distance of 10 between this circle. So I'll make it 5 and see what's the difference will be there. After clicking on the 5, you can see the circle are arranged very closely to each other, and the number of circles has also increased. You can select this fill entire path here. After clicking on this select entire path, you can see all this spline line is filled with array. So that's all with this spline So that's all with the path array tool, and if you are done with it and if you are done with it, just click on the close array tool. So the next in the option is polar array. So for that, let's make a circle, and let's make another circle on the one end of this. So here you can see I have drawn a circle and one another circle in one of the circums. So here you can see I have drawn a circle and one another small circle on the circumference of the circle. And now I'll choose this polar array, click on it. So the command line is asking to select the object. I'll click on this small circle and press enter. And I need to specify the center point of the array. So this is the center of our circle. I'll click on it, and now you can see the circle is being added in the circumference of the circle. So if I click here in the item option, I can specify the number of items. So I'll click on it. So here you can see there are only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 circle out there. So here it is 6. So let's make it 12 and press enter. And here you can see the circumference of the circle is completely filled with these small circles. And here you can see we have another option, that is fill angle. Click on it and I need to specify the angle to fill. It is 360 angle, and the complete 360 of this circle is being circumference. So if I need only half of this, I can type 180. So let's go with 180 for now, 180, and press enter. So you can see only half of the circle. So only half of the circle is being added with this small circle on the circumference. So I'll again click on this fill angle and I'll type 270 and press enter. So here you can see at the angle of 270, the circumference is being uh, added with the smaller circles. I hope you got it, and I hope this video was clear to you. Thank you for watching.